So to start news off, I believe we should start with this first, just because it happened earlier this week. It was something that everybody saw coming. The SNES Classic was announced.
Yeah.
Not that I will ever see one physically. It was announced. The game lineup for it is pretty phenomenal.
Yeah.
Putting the Star Fox 2 on there, I think, was a nice touch. Now I can own it on an officially licensed Nintendo product, not something that somebody made out of their basement and decided to sell on eBay.
It's a full game, too, and not just the demo of Star Fox 2.
Well, that's the crazy thing about Star Fox 2 is the fact that it was finished. It just never was released.
Yeah, I don't know why Nintendo dropped that ball for, but...
Well, because of the N64.
Yeah. Well, still, it's funny to think when you look at systems how they're like, oh, well, that system's done, no support, we're just going to do this one. Like, look at Sony.
Go back to fucking PlayStation 2.
Yeah, I was like, look at Sony. Like, PS3, it was like well until almost the end of the PS3's lifespan, they were still putting PS2 games out.
They didn't give a shit. It's like, people will buy it.
Yeah, and they did.
Yeah.
But anyhow, like...
Do you have the list?
I do not.
Alright.
I'm a scrub.
I do.
Oh, good.
So here is the
Good
list
work, Will.
of the 21 games. So
A bunch of RPGs, though, which I thought was
nine
kinda...
less than the NES Classic.
Well, I mean...
At, I believe, $30 more. But when I go over the
I was about
titles,
to say,
it starts to make sense. So first we have Contra 3 Alien Wars by Konami.
That's worth $1 million on its own.
Donkey Kong Country,
Worth $10.
Earthbound,
you're out of your mind.
Worth $5.
Final Fantasy
Go to
3,
bed.
25
or
cents.
6, depending on how you want to look at it.
25 cents.
It's 6.
F-Zero,
It's fucking 6.
Kirby Superstar, Kirby's Dream Course. I think that's kind of the oddball title on here. Kirby's Dream Course
It's a
is
stupid golf game.
it's not a very good
It's
game.
a wacky game.
Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past,
Of course, how could it not be on the list?
Worth $1.25.
Mega Man X,
$1.25.
Secret of Mana,
50 cents.
Agreed.
Star Fox,
50 cents.
Star Fox 2,
$39.99 on the market of eBay right now. So there's the moneymaker right there.
Street Fighter 2 Turbo Hyper Fighting,
That is free. They just threw that in.
Super Castlevania 4,
About $2.50.
Super Ghouls and Ghosts,
$1.75.
Super Mario Kart,
Yeah, as far as Mario Kart games go, I never really cared for Super Mario Kart.
It's slow as shit.
I like it just simply because it was the first one, and I remember it was one of the last games that my mom would play.
Oh, you're one of them guys. That does like a top 10 list and it's just the oldest one first because you just got to.
No, because for me it was like I remember the first time I played it, I remember playing it with my mom, and I remember my mom getting motion sick.
I got you.
And
I'm just,
You got it from her.
I'm just thinking of all
Genetic.
those.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking of all those cancerous top 10 YouTube videos out there
Oh.
where they're just like, and number 1, Super Mario Kart, the SNES. Of course, guys, what other game could it possibly have been? It had to be the one that started it all.
Those are the ones that pick like Mario Brothers over Super Mario.
Yeah.
Right? Fuck you.
The game that started it all.
Super Mario RPG: Legend of the Seven Stars.
I'm not really surprised by that, but I am happy that they're bringing it again. I was hoping they would have released it for the 3DS's Virtual Console. It's a really good game.
Still not going to be able to play it.
Just buy it on your Switch.
I have the game physically already.
Just buy it on your Switch.
No, I own it already.
Super Mario World.
Why would it not be there, though?
Super
I
Metroid.
beat the game. I got the donut planes.
And how could Super Metroid not be there, too?
Super Punch Out.
Fucking Super Punch
I
Out.
like Super Punch Out. Yoshi's Island.
That's a good choice.
So, two games that immediately come to mind as to why aren't they here. For a lot of people, the first one was Chrono Trigger.
Yep. And because
For me, it was Phanalax. Why is that not on there?
God damn it.
I mean, how do you pass up that cartridge with the guy playing a banjo on the
And
front?
I get why they put 6, but 4 would have been a better choice, in my opinion, for Final Fantasy games.
Yeah. I'm surprised no ActRaiser.
That's true.
No pilot.
ActRaisers for scrubs.
No Pilot Wings.
Pilot Wings for scrubs. Too.
No.
That game was dumb as shit on the N60 on the N64.
I understand.
It was fantastic on the N64.
I understand why no Mario All Stars, but still, it would have been nice.
Because then it would have been a lot more than 21 games.
Yeah.
And they would have had to cut back on other games because they would have been like, well, we gave them 5 games with this.
Yeah. I don't know. No Killer Instinct?
Why no Doom?
I've been Killer Instinct because it's Microsoft's property.
Yeah, I get that, but
Yeah, it is
they
now.
somehow worked out the Donkey Kong Rare thing, so I don't know.
They basically own Donkey Kong.
Yeah, but they don't own the rights to that game. That's owned by...
No, they don't.
Maybe not. I don't know.
You don't see Rare making any new Donkey Kong games.
It's one of those
it's
things where
Nintendo with Retro Studios.
Yeah, I know, but...
Now you fight a plank of wood.
What?
It used to be an alligator. Now it's a plank of wood with feathers.
What?
He steals your bananas. It was in fucking Donkey Kong Returns. It was a plank of wood.
Yeah.
Mask.
Yeah.
It was what's a fucking mask made out of, Jason?
Depends. Vegas is made of porcelain.
Well, thank you for joining, everybody. I'm gonna die.
No Mortal Kombat 2.
Fucking Ed Boon ain't gonna give that up. He needs all the money he can get right now.
You can understand why not put on Mortal Kombat because of the blood code thing.
Why is no Mortal Kombat?
Because nobody
Will
wants to
Bot
play
confused.
nobody wants to play the bloodless Mortal Kombat. But
I do.
But why?
I'm hipster. Like
Why
that.
not have any on there? It's kind of shocking to me. But I don't know. I think they
Why
did.
no good Zelda title?
Yeah.
I'm just fine.
No, I am surprised by
What is that,
the,
a
There
lynch
goes all
mob?
our listeners.
Is that a lynch mob outside?
I am surprised by the large amount of RPGs on this. I did not
There's a large
expect that.
amount of RPGs on Super Nintendo.
Yeah, but consider the NES Classic. There was Final Fantasy and just Legend of Zelda. I mean, there was no, like, the Dragon Warrior / Dragon Quest games weren't on there, and the Ultimate games weren't on there, and several others. I mean, there's a ton. There's a lot more. There's Secret of Evermore. There's
Secret of Evermore's really good.
Secret of Mana was on there.
which is on this.
Oh, I didn't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's on the list. Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, which was the we'll dumb it down for Americans game that they brought out. But
They
there was
do it all the time, dude.
there was several more, but
Why no Home Alone 2?
yeah.
You
why,
really want-
why no? Why no?
Why not honor the death of Tom Height, that poor bastard? The game was in his memory. Why no Batman Forever?
God damn, why are you even bringing
Why
this
no?
garbage
Why
out?
no Wayne's World? Like
And I kind of want to argue against
Why no
putting
Wizard
in,
of Oz?
Donkey Kong Country, not Donkey Kong Country 2.
You gotta start with the first one.
I like 2.
It's the
it's-
one.
I like
that's-
2 better than
It's the
first
one that
A
stood.
lot of
It
people
all.
do. I like 3
No
a lot,
Turtles
too,
in
but
Time.
It's 3 not being there.
Konami.
Yeah, well, Konami has Contra on there.
Well, they're only gonna let them have one. They're
And
like, yeah,
Castlevania 4.
Konami's sitting there, they're like, yeah, they'd like those turtles, wouldn't they? Give them Contra. We don't give a fuck about that anymore.
And they don't really own Castlevania anymore. They killed it, and they decided, you know what, we're gonna not remember that happening at all. There's no Castlevania series at all.
Yeah, they're like, that guy that made that turned into a bat and flew out the office.
Flew away.
Fucking
They just popped their head in Iga's office like, hey, no more Castlevanias. And he's like, flew out and they're
I
like,
guarantee you,
shit.
fucking Kojima's walking to work and sees that and it's like, well, I'm quitting then. Iga left, that's it.
It's over.
he just sees the bat fly. He's like, oh man, Iga left? Shit.
Guess I'm done.
They ain't gonna let me do this baby thermos idea. Oh man.
It's fantastic fucking Silent Hill ideas. Now Iga left? Nah. It's
Well,
over.
and there's some more news about this thing that came out that we're going to be the last country to get this. It's starting in Japan and then
Apparently-
just making its way over.
Apparently the PAL versions are slightly better according to like Kotaku and other websites.
Yeah. Well, Japan's like apparently thinks we're spoiled brats, so that's why we're getting it last.
Yeah, we are.
And I'm like, yeah, we are. It got
I'm about to
released.
say,
We're all like, I want it.
Yeah.
Think about it this way. How many times has Nintendo released something and we've gotten it before like everybody else?
Yeah. And then there's
America's spoiled as shit.
There's mixed reports on this too, because people are saying they said they're going to put out more of this one, and then I've read reports where they're like there's even going to be fewer of this one than there was the NES
It's
Classic.
both. Combine them.
So I'm just like, it doesn't matter. I can put in a pre-order, and I probably still wouldn't even fucking get it.
Better go get the PAL version.
I don't really. All the games that are announced on this, I already fucking own, except Star Fox 2, which I could pay the $40 and just get a copy of it.
It wouldn't be the complete version of it.
It is the complete version of it.
I could have swore it wasn't.
No, it is.
Yeah.
I would not pay $40 for one level of a game.
Yeah, the full ROM's out there that people
Yeah.
have put on carts.
And I'm not that big of a Star Fox fan to really make this be my big seller. Like, it's cool that it's there, but...
It is. It is. It's cool that they're actually finally acknowledging it.
So Will brought this idea up, then inevitably, there's probably going to be an N64 Classic.
Hopefully not next year.
Which
they're pushing this too quick.
To me, blows my mind kind of to think about. But what should be on that?
No GoldenEye. I'm gonna say that
Why
right
did you
now.
not put it on there?
No
That's like the
GoldenEye.
game for... Okay, whatever.
Punish everybody.
So, GoldenEye then, because Jason's just being a complete twit.
Mario 64.
Mario 64 is good.
Have to.
That would automatically be there. That'd be like... the first game you see would be that.
It would have to come with that. Star Fox 64, if you're going to throw a Star Fox game on there.
Banjo-Kazooie, if they could get that.
Yeah, that Microsoft's got their greedy, slimy fingers all over that stuff. They're
They-
like, we're
they're
going to
actually-
make it about cars!
They actually they're pretty reasonable about that kind of stuff. I feel like they would allow that to happen.
Well, yeah, because Xbox wants to start working with other companies now, because they're like, well, we're tanking, so...
Yeah, we got to do something.
And Sony's just over like, well, no.
I would love if they did this. I would love Perfect Dark to be released for that.
Again, probably wouldn't happen.
Again, if they're getting GoldenEye, they're getting fucking Perfect Dark.
Like
Turok.
Yeah, well, Turok is one that comes.
Turok 2.
Turok 2 was the best one. But I guess if we had to stick to Nintendo properties, or close to... I mean, Jet Force Gemini would be a good one to throw on there.
It's not a bad game. It's pretty good.
That's a pretty good one. Oh, God, I'm trying...
Well,
like, Kirby's...
Fucking Crystal Shards.
Crystal Shards
was
fucking amazing.
so good. God damn, dude. Turning into Darth Maul and just killing everything? Fantastic.
I think they would have to... Now, see, here's where the split's going to come. Which Zelda game do they throw on this thing? Is it Ocarina? Or is it the now more popular hipster Majora's Mask?
First of all, why would you even ask that? It's automatically going to be Ocarina of Time.
See, I don't know.
It would automatically
There's a lot
be
of people that are clamoring for Majora's way better than Ocarina was. So
I love
don't
Majora's
know.
Mask. I do find it better than Ocarina of Time. But
As I assume you would. You
But it's
grew up
definitely
in a
gonna-
different time period. You had a different kind of brain in your head. It's okay.
I'm a different person, of course.
My
I'm
brain was already turning into soup at that time.
Yeah.
I'm like 40
I've
years
beaten
older
that
than
game
you.
twice. Don't even remember any of it. That's bad.
Seriously?
No, I remember the beginning when he's hopping over the tree stumps, and I was like, hey, you can do flips now.
Yeah.
This is a different kind of
But
Link.
that's not the point, though. It's just the fact that it's Ocarina of Time. It's going to be...
Yeah, it would be the default choice.
They're going to automatically go to that. Unless I would prefer they did the Master Quest version of it, or they had both versions as like an option when you picked Ocarina of Time.
Now, here's one thing I'm thinking, though. Do you think they would go to the N64 Classic right away, or do you think they might do like a Game Boy Classic where they re-release an old school Game Boy with an updated LCD with a backlit screen, you know, and it works like the... Because I know you can still get all the games on, you know, updated carts for like the 3DS and everything, but you can do that nowadays with the current consoles with all these games for these, but I think that would be an interesting thing to do.
It would be. I don't know.
Because, like, put it out as a backlit screen, make it a bigger screen,
If
you know,
you're
kind
gonna
of
do
update
this,
it a little bit.
Just fucking go the route of making it both Game Boy and Game Boy Color, because I don't need you releasing Game Boy
The Game Boy
Classic and then Game Boy Color.
Game Boy Color was
Game
just
Boy-
monochrome. Like,
No, they had
No, he means the actual.
Game Boy Color. With,
oh,
like,
before it was
yeah.
like fake color. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm talking about the ones, the cartridge that had like the bump at the top,
I got
a
you.
little extra space.
Which there weren't really that many great titles.
Dragon Warrior 3. Even though it was...
And there was the Wario game.
If they did that, I think it would be cool if you could do like an options where you could switch back and forth between the colored version and the Game Boy regular
So you want that
version.
Master Chief Collection.
Yeah, that was a cool
but-
little feature.
But not fucking broken.
Yeah, because they could redo all the old games updated in actual color with like maybe better sprite adages, and you could switch between the two things.
It would be nice.
Give you like that nostalgic feeling, or
See,
then
but I get
like,
the feeling
like-
this wouldn't happen because they're already doing stuff like Samus Returns. So
Well, that, they could still do that stuff, but I'm like, it'd be really cool to see like get
Yeah, but I
Pokemon Blue and Red back out with updated like color graphic and all that kind of stuff. That'd be really cool.
Well, I mean, yeah. With the N64 Classic, I just realized there's Pokemon games on there too.
Yeah, the tournament games are on there. Those were
there's the
fantastic.
Stadium, and then there's Snap,
Oh, you gotta put Smash Bros on there.
Smash.
dude, Pokemon Snap was a fantastic
You
game.
gotta put all the games on there that will help bring the price of the actual physicals down then, because I need to get some. I don't want to pay the price. You can put Conquer on there. If we're talking rare games.
If you can just get whatever rare company title, people are going, yeah, it's a hard to find game. No, that was made by Rare.
You could throw
it's like a who's on first situation.
Throw Paper Mario on that bitch.
Oh, fuck
Paper
yeah.
Mario.
Why would you not?
Fantastic game.
Fuck yeah, bro.
That Thousand Year Door is so good.
It's going off!
God damn it, Donkey Kong!
My Donkey Kong truck is wrecking shit up.
Shadows of the Empire.
I've never even played. That's not Star
That
Wars.
was pretty
game.
good. That was pretty good. It kind of drove like a broken down truck though, because it was like an early release title, but I mean, like that junkyard level, I was like, I feel like I'm in trash. Like, this looks terrible. But that Battle of Hoth,
Oh yeah.
fucking fantastic.
Yeah, that's what everybody remembers.
Stop! You're gonna kill headphone listeners with this
Yeah.
click clacking you're doing.
Rockin' Donkey Kong truck.
He's just like he's mesmerized. He's like staring at it, smiling, pushing it around.
Donkey Kong
Because
64.
it's so fucking goofy. Yeah, Donkey Kong
Yeah.
64. I get
You know, it'd be really cool if they did like a. I mean, cool as in like it'd be really funny. They do like tier levels with prices. You could pay like the $90 version and get like all these awesome games, or you could pay like the $20 version and you get like Earthworm Jim 3D and
Daikatana.
Daikatana.
Street Fighter 63 in the
Yeah,
third.
quite-
Paperboy.
That game that's the most expensive game for the N64 to find.
What's
Why?
Sculptor's Cut?
Yeah,
There's
the
two
one that
different
was only
versions,
released
yeah.
for Blockbuster. Yeah, if you find that,
Is that-
you have a new house.
Is that
Like,
more than Bomberman 64
Oh, I'm
2,
sure it
second
is.
generation or second attack or whatever?
I'm sure it is. That's like one of those holy grails of 64 collecting is the
'Cause I know-
horrible Clay Fighter 63 and a third
Because I know
Blockbuster edition.
Bomberman second attack or whatever has jumped in price too.
How the fuck? It's because of the Bomberman game that probably got put out on Switch. Like,
Holy
oh,
shit.
Yeah, did you look at-
$711?
fuck yeah. That's
For
what
what, Sculptor's Cut?
Yeah, nope. I just found one on eBay for $4,500.
Sculptor's Cut.
Sculptor's Cut, man. Damn.
I will never, ever, I'll never pay $5 for a regular goddamn Clay Fighter game. That's going to have to be in somebody's 25-cent bin at a yard sale. I'll be like, maybe. Here's a dirty quarter.
Oh, and then you've got Ogre Battle, Harvest Moon.
Oh, Ogre Battle's fucking...
Harvest Moon.
StarCraft is on there.
yeah, there's StarCraft's on there.
That's such a terrible port.
One of my
It
favorite...
still exists.
It does, and I've played it a lot. You need the expansion pack to play it.
Everybody hates it, but Doom 64, that's one of my favorite games that was on there. I'm just a big Doom fan. Or as I call it, hard to see Doom.
Hard to see, dude.
Because it just starts you in blackness.
There was an Excite Bike on there, right?
Yeah, and Excitebike 3D. It was not that great, but it was a Excitebike 64. Excuse me. Everything was 64.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their magazine was almost going to be called Nintendo 64.
I feel like I'm missing something here. Like there's another 1080 snowboarding.
Oh, fuck it. Wave Race.
Wave Race.
Wave Race 64 is so good,
You
dude.
gotta put the Wave Race on there.
It's a fantastic game. I used to play the fuck out of that.
Racing around that pond, little duckies and shit. There's lily pads. I love that level. Then you go back to
Mario
it.
Kart 64 yet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you know that's just kind of like
Yeah.
a given, probably.
That's
There's gonna be at least 4 Mario titles.
I mean, it sure as shit won't be Diddy Kong Racing.
Diddy Kong Racing is fantastic. Shut your mouth.
I'm just saying they won't put that one on
They
there.
won't be able to get it.
No. Diddy Kong Racing was fantastic.
I fucking
Favorite
love that
level
game.
was the snow level with the little houses that you go inside. It was like Christmas Town or whatever. I love that level. Secret little passage up top. Float down. I loved racing in planes because it was so fucking broken. The controls were terrible in the plane.
Get the hovercraft, bro.
Oh, F-Zero. The
I was
N60
never a big
The
F-Zero.
N64 F-Zero game is awesome.
Well,
For
watch
most
the one
part,
that
F-Zero games are really good.
watch the one that emulates you. They won't be able to do 60 frames properly.
No.
Because with controller lag, how are you going to race that goddamn fast?
Well, F-Zero X on the, or is it GX on the GameCube is one of the most advanced GameCube titles.
Yeah.
Like, it runs at, like...
900 frames per second.
Yeah, it runs at a ridiculous level. It's like I think it's 720.
900 frames
I think
per
it
second.
outputs in 720 if you have the component cables,
Yeah.
and it's like widescreen. Like, it's one of the few games that has all that.
I can't even imagine what the next
if you played it back then, your mind would explode.
Yeah.
You'd be like that kid in the Sega CD commercial. You still don't own a Sega CD. Oh man. Well, I think we probably should move on a little
Fucking
bit.
Resident Evil 2.
That wasn't an official, and that was the most broke ass version of
I
Resident
fucking
Evil.
loved that version.
The fucking cutscenes were bit crushed beyond goddamn
Yeah, they
belief
were.
because they couldn't fit on that cart. I don't even think.
Fantastic.
Did you even get to choose characters in that
Yes.
one? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't think they were gonna.
Everything was there.
It's like you
Even
just-
the cheat codes where you can play as Tofu and Hunk.
Okay. All right. Well, still, it looked horrendous.
Yeah, I know.
It
A
was
lot of games
fucking
did.
terrible.
Let's not forget about Castlevania 64. That game looked like fucking hot vomit.
That game should have never even have been thought of. Then they tried to do better with that second one. And it's like, nah.
Even worse is goddamn the Vampire Hunter D game on the N64.
I forgot about that.
Well, it's
Atrocious
PlayStation.
hunk of shit.
Huh?
It's on PlayStation.
Because I swear there was a 64.
No, that was PlayStation.
I have it.
That's actually a rare gem on the fucking
I
PlayStation.
have it for PlayStation. I bought it at a rental store.
That goes
I
for
played
some
it.
money now.
I played it like a couple of times just to try to play
It's
it.
awful, dude.
Oh, the controls. Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Disgustingly
Oh.
awful.
It's like the fucking The Crow City of Angels game.
Oh.
All right.